Tretinoin versus retinol, one of these ingredients is sitting on your bathroom shelf right now. The other one requires a prescription, and using the wrong one for your skin type could be wasting your money, or worse, wrecking your skin barrier. Today, we're breaking down retinol versus tretinoin, what they actually are, how they differ, and which one you should be using. What they have in common. Both retinol and tretinoin belong to the same family. Retinoids, which are derivatives of vitamin A. Retinoids work by speeding up cell turnover, encouraging your skin to shed old surface cells faster and produce fresh ones. Over time, consistent use is associated with smoother texture, more even tone, and support for collagen production, which is why retinoids are considered one of the most well-studied categories in skincare. But here's the key distinction most people get wrong. Retinol and tretinoin are not the same strength, and they are not interchangeable. What is retinol? Retinol is the over-the-counter version. It's available without a prescription in serums, creams, and even some eye products. But retinol is what's called a precursor, meaning your skin has to convert it into retinoic acid, the active form your cells actually respond to, before it does anything. That conversion process happens in multiple steps, and it's inefficient. Only a fraction of the retinol you apply ends up as usable retinoic acid. That's actually a feature, not a flaw. It makes retinol gentler, more gradual, and generally more tolerable for people just starting out with retinoids. Retinol also comes in a range of concentrations. You'll typically see products anywhere from 0.01% up to around 1%. Starting low and slowly working up is the standard approach dermatologists recommend, because retinoids can cause dryness, flaking, or irritation, especially in the first few weeks of use, a phase often called retinization. What is tretinoin? Tretinoin is retinoic acid itself, the active form. There's no conversion step required, which means it's significantly more potent than retinol, and it works faster. Because of that strength, tretinoin is regulated as a prescription medication in most countries, including the United States, and it requires a dermatologist or licensed provider to prescribe it. Tretinoin has decades of clinical research behind it, originally developed for acne treatment before its effects on fine lines and photoaging were documented. It's often considered the benchmark that other retinoid products, including retinol, are measured against. The trade-off for that potency is a higher likelihood of irritation, redness, and peeling, particularly during the first several weeks. This is exactly why it's not sold over the counter. It works best with medical guidance on concentration, frequency, and how to build tolerance safely. So, which one should you use? This really comes down to your skin, your goals, and your access to a dermatologist. Retinol tends to make sense if you're new to retinoids, have sensitive skin, or you're focused on gradual, preventative, anti-aging, and general texture improvement. It's slower, but it's more forgiving. Tretinoin tends to make sense if you're dealing with more stubborn concerns, persistent acne, more visible signs of aging, and you have access to a dermatologist who can guide your routine and monitor how your skin responds. Neither one is automatically better. They're different tools for different situations, and honestly, a lot of people start with retinol, build tolerance, and later transition to tretinoin under medical guidance if they want a stronger effect. How to use either one safely. A few things apply no matter which one you choose. Introduce it slowly. Most dermatologists recommend starting at just 2 to 3 nights a week, not every night. Apply it on completely dry skin to reduce irritation, and always follow up the next morning with SPF, since retinoids increase your skin's sensitivity to sun. Avoid layering with other strong actives like exfoliating acids on the same night, at least until your skin has built tolerance. And this is important. This video is for general education, not a substitute for professional advice. If you're dealing with persistent acne, sensitive skin conditions, or you're pregnant or breastfeeding, talk to a dermatologist before starting either ingredient. Some retinoids aren't recommended in those situations. So the short version. Retinol is the accessible, gradual entry point. Tretinoin is the stronger, prescription-only option for when you need more. Same family, very different intensity. If you found this useful, subscribe. Next up, we're covering how to layer retinoids with niacinamide and vitamin C without irritating your skin.